bigger battery at a better price. Do the math.
No, this is not an ad, but I'm pretty sure you've seen this ad in a OnePlus 60 review video and various other videos. Well, since Xiaomi really wants us to do the math, we actually went ahead and did the math. Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com, and these new do the math ads from Xiaomi suggest that the Poco F1 has the same processor, the same RAM and better battery when compared to the OnePlus 60 at a much better price. Well, all of that is actually true, but there's much more to a smartphone than just raw specs, right? Well, we are putting the Poco F1 versus the OnePlus 60 to find out if Xiaomi's new ads, add up. Well, before we start, this video has been sponsored by Wix.com, which lets you create some stunning websites. I'll talk more about Wix at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now let's put the Poco F1 versus the OnePlus 60. Let's start with the design and build of these two phones. So these here are the Poco F1 and the OnePlus 60 side by side. Right off the bat, it's obvious that the OnePlus 60 has the better design and build here. I mean, it has a more premium looking glass back, slim bezels all around, a very small chin and a very tiny notch, which just looks beautiful, to be honest, as far as notches go. On the other hand, the Poco F1 comes with a plastic back, slim bezels, but a really big chin and a huge notch. Plus, just holding these two phones together, the OnePlus 60 just feels like the more premium phone. So when it comes to the looks and feel, the OnePlus 60 gets the point. Moving on, one of the biggest changes in the OnePlus 60 is the new in-display fingerprint scanner. Now, I've been using the OnePlus 60 for quite some time now, and as I said in a full review, the fingerprint scanner here is decently fast and definitely better than other phones with in-display scanners, so that's great. But if you ask me, I just prefer the consistency that a physical fingerprint scanner brings, and so I like the Poco F1 here. Apart from fingerprint scanners, there's also face unlock on both these phones, and while the OnePlus 60's blazing fast face unlock is definitely amazing, the Poco F1 brings an IR face unlock, which means you can unlock it with your face in even pitch dark conditions. And that's something you can't do with the OnePlus 60, at least not reliably. So when it comes to the biometrics and unlocking methods, the Poco F1 is definitely the winner here. So far, both the phones look pretty evenly matched, don't they? Well, let's talk about the display now. So the Poco F1 comes with an IPS LCD display with the dated Gorilla Glass 3, and the OnePlus 60 comes with an AMOLED display with the latest Gorilla Glass 6. Look, I like the display on the Poco F1, especially considering its price, but the OnePlus 60's AMOLED display is just a lot better. I mean, it has all the AMOLED advantages. The blacks are deep, the viewing angles are great, everything looks stunning. It's just better than the display on the Poco F1. Moving on to the audio capabilities on both these phones, this is where the Poco F1 is definitely the winner. So the OnePlus 60, like the previous OnePlus flagships, comes with a single bottom firing speaker, which is good enough and definitely gets loud, but the Poco F1 has stereo speakers, which sound really good. I mean, the sound stage is wide, there's depth in the audio, and I like it better than the OnePlus 60. Plus, you know what? The Poco F1 has the headphone jack, and that alone is enough to give it the points. Both these phones come with great dual camera setups, so how do they fare against each other? Well, let's just cut to the chase. As you'll see in most photos here, the OnePlus 60 just takes better photos than the Poco F1, be it in daytime or low light. The 60 photos are sharper, have more details and are just a lot better. When it comes to portrait mode, both the 60 and the Poco F1 are hit and miss. Sometimes the Poco F1 gets the better photo with more natural colors, and other times the OnePlus 60 gets the better background blur and better colors. So yeah, it's a little confusing. In videos, however, the OnePlus 60 is the clear winner. Just look at this. The 60 video not only looks great, it's also more stable thanks to the EIS plus OIS combo. The same is the case when it comes to the selfies as well. The 60's 16 megapixel selfie camera just takes sharper and more detailed selfies than the 20 megapixel camera on the Poco F1. Look, the Poco F1 has decent cameras for the price, but the OnePlus 60 is just miles ahead. Points to the 60. Next up is the performance, and this is where both the phones are flagship grade with the same Snapdragon 845 and up to 8 gigs of RAM. So naturally, both the Poco F1 and the OnePlus 60 handle day-to-day tasks with ease, be it multitasking, launching apps or anything else basically. And it's not just the daily tasks, both the phones run intensive apps and games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9 really well. So I'm going to give both the phones a tie when it comes to the performance. So that was that, but there's one area where both of these phones really differ, and that's the software. Both the phones have Android Pie on board, but the 60 has Oxygen OS and the Poco F1 has MIUI for Poco. While I definitely like MIUI for Poco on the Poco because it's fast, it's got all the features you need and it has a ton of customization options. But if you really ask me, I just prefer Oxygen OS because it's close to stock Android, it's bloatware free and it's got all the features I need. Plus Oxygen OS is just a way more polished experience than MIUI. To me, Oxygen OS is just perfect. So I'll give the points to the OnePlus 60. Anyway, let's talk about the battery now. The OnePlus 60 comes with a large 3700 mAh battery and the Poco F1 comes with a slightly larger 4000 mAh battery. So there's no doubt that both of these phones have some amazing battery life. Well, in our usage, both the OnePlus 60 and the Poco F1 easily last more than a day in usual day-to-day usage. I mean, I know the Poco F1 lasts a bit longer than the 60, but it's not a huge difference really. And I think both the phones have amazing battery performance. However, when it comes to charging, that's where the 60 takes the cake. The 60 takes just an hour and 15 minutes to go from 10 to 100%. Yes, just an hour and 15 minutes. While the Poco F1 takes 2 hours to go from 10 to 100%. So the difference here is huge. And trust me, faster charging really makes up a huge difference. So that's the score here. And yes, if you follow Xiaomi's advice and actually do the math, the OnePlus 60 is an outright winner with the Poco F1 lagging behind on almost every way. I mean, the OnePlus 60 brings a more premium design and build, a better display, great cameras, and a more polished software experience when compared to the Poco F1. That said, Xiaomi's Do The Math campaign is just fundamentally flawed anyway. I mean, comparing these two phones is like comparing apples to oranges, and it just does not make sense. After all, the Poco F1 is priced at Rs 21,000, while the OnePlus 60 is priced at Rs 38,000, which puts these phones miles apart to begin with. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the Poco F1 is a bad phone. In fact, I think if you're on a budget of around Rs 20,000, you should get the Poco F1 because it's one of the most value for money smartphones you can get. And it offers performance and features that are unmatched in its price bracket. However, if you do have a budget of Rs 40,000, you should know that you're getting a better phone in the OnePlus 60. Yes, if you really want to do the math and put these phones against each other, there's just no way that the Poco F1 beats the OnePlus 60. Now let's talk about our sponsors for this video. Wix.com, which lets you create some great websites. I mean, it does not matter if you're creating your first website or you're a professional website builder, Wix is for everyone. I tried out Wix to build my website and I did a fairly good job in just a few minutes. With Wix, you can create a business website, a website for your online store, photography, music, events, blogs, basically just about anything. Plus, you also get so many templates and advanced tools like Wix Videos, Wix Pro Gallery, Wix Bookings, etc. So what are you waiting for? Check out Wix from the link in the description down below. Well, as much as I love the Poco F1, these Do The Math ads just don't make any sense. Well, what do you think? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.